Hi YouTube, my name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. So today we're going to talk about Neptune in the 4th house. So those of you that don't know what Neptune represents a planet of illusions, dreams, deception, dreaminess, euphoria, spirituality, creativity, the arts, intuition, psychic abilities. So this is what Neptune represents. So it's a mixture of all that. The reason why it's a mixture of that is because Neptune rules Pisces, and Pisces are the two fish swimming opposite directions. So when you have two fish swimming opposite directions, there's a duality present of all at once. What's going to shit is also blessing you in the weirdest of ways. So this can be seen in a way of like self-sabotaging can occur with this planet in whatever house it's in, and we all go through it. You're not an outcast, you're not incapable of overcoming this. You definitely will, especially working with Neptune and understanding it more. It's very hard to understand. So with Neptune, causing deception at times, this is the 4th house. So the 4th house represents the inner home and outer home. So it's who you are when no one's looking. It's you in the deepest pocket of your consciousness. It's it's also the outer you, the outer home, the home that, and you physically stay in, the home internally where you feel safe or not safe in. So this is the 4th house. What else about the 4th house? It is also connected to, family. So this will also pertain to, your immediate family. I would just say anything that pertains to your immediate surroundings. It's not really about like, your long distance cousin, all that much as it is with, your brother, sister, mom, dad, grandma, grandfather, aunt, uncle type of dynamic. So yeah, so when you have Neptune here, so what to know about Neptune, how it can be deceiving in this house, and how can you overcome it? So Neptune will place a fog on any house that it's in and not let you see things right away. Like you may catch yourself being Neptunian in this house afterwards, after the damage, after wasting a lot of time, and it's frustrating. Neptune can do this to us in a certain, whatever house it's in. So it can be a little frustrating because you feel like you're on top of your game, but then you can't really see when you're doing something to self-sabotage. And the way you do is to lean into spirituality. When you're working with Neptune, you have to try to tap into his higher frequencies, higher octaves, which is this fish swimming upwards, up the stream. And into optimism. So you need to kind of tune, which is funny, Neptune. So Nep represents the sea, and tune, we all know what tune is, like tuning your frequency. So I've always seen Neptune as this sort of like emotional tuning frequency energy, or planets that's able to just amplify what tone is already set. So setting an intention is like setting a tone. So it's very important to set an intention with Neptune and working with Neptune, because if you don't, it's almost as if, like, this is the delusional part that not everyone may believe this, but some of you may understand this if you go through this and you're also very Neptunian. Lower frequencies will take over you. You may blurt out things almost like in a schizophrenia type of way, like say things you don't really mean, maybe say things that, just come to your head without thinking twice. And it may be things that your character would never say, but because you're not having an intention present, the spiritual realm will contaminate the fact that you have this ability to connect to the spiritual realm and use you to kind of like tap into the lower frequencies, since you're having like this kind of like no frequency, no tone established, is like kind of like blank canvas. if you have a blank canvas with Neptune, be ready for like the spiritual attacks. And spiritual attacks are not that, like, they're not obvious. A spiritual attack is when you lose a relationship because you said something wild and you're like, why would I ever say that? It will cause me to just ruin this whole relationship. What's going on with me? So this can be seen here with Neptune in the fourth house, where, you know, you might not realize that you're acting unhinged or you're acting unconsciously. So this is why, you know, Neptune could be a little scary if you're not aware that this is what occurs. If you let yourself say, oh, that's nonsense. All right, my love, you'll see. You'll come back here and remember this video and remember that you should, you know, expand your consciousness when it comes to understanding energy and how to manipulate it and astrology. You know, you do what you want. You know, you have to filter information. You have to filter what the hell I say. You have to filter what Google says. You have to filter what a Bible says. You have to filter everything in this life. You have to filter, filter, filter. You read something, you don't just believe anything you read. You hear something, you don't just believe everything you hear. You may need to sit on it, sit with it, and let your intuition make it clear to you as to whether or not you should take this information or not, or apply it onto, you know, real life situations to see if it does apply or not. You're gonna have to try some things, you know, just for the sake of not feeling disheveled and kind of like lost in who you are, because, you know, this can kind of propose some sort of identity crisis, being that this is a fourth house and this is your inner home. So you may not feel even safe within yourself. You may feel like it's not safe in your body because you don't know how to control yourself, or it's, you know, and this is also the house of Cancer. So when you pair Pisces and Cancer, you could almost think of this house operating like a Pisces moon or Neptune and Cancer type of, you know, energy. So this could be a powerful house in the spiritual abilities and gifts that you can be the channel. I'm not trying to focus on the negative so that you can be scared of it. I'm trying to make you are aware of it so you can work on it. So now let's talk about more solutions. So definitely the best thing to do in Neptune is always lean into spirituality. When in doubt, lean into spirituality. It will lead you into more of an optimistic perspective, therefore manifesting more of an optimistic outcome. What else did I say? Okay, so what's very, very, very beneficial for, you know, Neptune in this house is, you know, having a solo retreat or letting your soul feel at rest, really exercising peace, having some sort of creative vice. I could see how Neptune here might get a sort of okay, so you may feel euphoria doing Cancerian things. You know, there's euphoric emotions that occur when being in that sort of Cancer energy. So things that surround the moon, maybe taking in some moonlight at night, you know, might do something way different for you than your regular, you know, average person that doesn't have this placement. They may have Neptune somewhere else. But Neptune here ideally would love to kind of isolate and clear its frequency, and then that's when you set intentions, you know. Perhaps affirmations could help. More so maybe speaking them, because you may not be, you know, maybe you are a writer or not. I don't think the fourth house really, it might be other placements that make you want to write, but it's not a shocker if you're not a writer and you have Neptune here, because it's more about feeling. It's more in the moment, you know. Cancer now, you know, interchanging. It's always interchangeable. It's the moon mixed with Neptune. So, you know, who you are can be a little ambiguous to yourself, being that, you know, you are a channel. You are a spiritual channel. So if you don't set an intention, the personalities that come at hand may be confusing to who you are and who you are to others, because you may lack some sort of consistency if the intention is not consistent. And that's pretty much all I got for Neptune in the fourth house. Anyway, my loves, I hope you guys love this video. My name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. Till next time, Gawds.